Back here. I think he's taking that option.
No raise.
A lot of respect between these two captains, you think?
Well, they're just feeling one another out here. I'm sure the longer this goes on, there will be a clash between these two captains before it's all over. I promise you that much.
Gronstad slow playing the top pair. And will Marcel bite?
Check.
I'll bet.
Bet.
4.
4,000.
Luss doesn't like to give anything up if he thinks he has the best of it.
Pass.
Well, Lusk stayed out of trouble nicely there. I can think of a lot of players who'd have had a pop.
Waiting for the gear.
So Gronstad tries to set the trap.
I believe you hit the flop.
I did. Donking actually.
What?
Donking.
Oh yeah. No, no.
I don't know if these guys are to listen to one another, because if you ask a poker player a question, he's quite liable to tell you a lie.
Well, Henning confessed he had 3 kings, and Marcel admitted to folding the 2 queens.
Round about what you'd expect to hear. You know, there is a rule in Ireland that you're not allowed to volunteer a lie, but if somebody asks you a direct question, it's encouraged.
Button raise here from the Flying Dutchman.
Raise up to 8,000 total.
And oh, he's found some
Call.
big hands here.
6 more if you want to play.
In the small and this big blind.
There could be fireworks.
Yeah, I have to go.
You're going to call 6 more than it.
6 more.
Yeah.
6
Three-way here, and
Yeah.
Parg, I mean,
Thank you.
we could have easily seen a re-raise from any of the blind hands. What do you think Henning's at? Does he like his hand right now?
You might like his hand. You won't be
Check.
crazy about the flop.
My court?
It says, yeah.
Where's the advantage right
You can
now?
either bet or check now.
I think whoever bets is going to win. But the advantage is probably with Marcel.
Yeah, where the chips going, buddy? Huh?
No,
Chips?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want to take the
I'll change it. I'll go to the toilet now, yeah?
No, sorry.
Well, in a casino, it's considered good gambling, but
Yeah.
Glenn Elder's trying to take the
Check,
chips off
all
the
check.
table, put them in his pocket. There's no cashier cage here. Ay, ay, ay.
Check.
This could be a bit of
Bet or
trouble
check?
for Marcel.
Check. Bet.
Oh, and again, we've seen Henning check to Marcel.
It's just a trap check.
It certainly is.
Marcel has announced bet, but he has not yet figured out an amount.
Well, I'd say probably bet about 12 or 15,000.
10,000.
10 is the number.
That's a nice bet for Marcel. He's going to find out where he's at here without
The Dutch sandwich, you like?
putting too many of his chips in jeopardy.
The Dutch.
You know, a less experienced player might have bet 20 here and got himself into all sorts of
Oh.
trouble.
Well, Marcel will be well aware
It's only
that
10,000 to play, or you
Henning
can
is
fold.
capable of
fold,
having
yeah.
him beat.
Okay, pass.
I think so. I don't think Marcel's going to bet this one again.
There's not a lot of hands that Henning could have checked with on the flop and called with on the turn on their part.
Not very many. I can't think of one at the moment.
Check.
I bet.
Bet. 10,000.
Go.
Call.
Ish.
There's no way Henning was going to fold that bet. Marcel wanted the call. He got it. And the kicker has got him. So the Norwegian captain just checking his way to victory there. And that's made him
Nice, good play.
not only a bunch of chips, but from the spot he would like the most.
We're looking good, Marcel. We're looking good.
No,
Obviously, the Dutch have a plan they haven't told us about.
Well, no, and Marcel,
A cunning plan.
they're good friends. I mean, as you say, Noah was Marcel's protege, and they do like to rib each other a little bit.
And it's, the only chance to get his chips is just to limp in.
Pass.
Can you do that?
Now, Espen's playing a very solid game, isn't he, Jesse?
He really is. You know, he grew up in California, or he was born there anyway, before playing for Norway, and he could play a little bit of poker there.
They do play a little in California.
You happy?
No, I'm not.
Look at this part.
No. Check. You're checking.
Oh, check.
Secret
Henning
you've already
Grandstad
got.
has
Alright,
linked in
alright.
from the button with the 2-8s. Is he worried that Noah Boken's limp may be strong?
That's exactly what's happened, I think.
2-1-2.
Noah only has a 7 high. It's
Well, you know, well, like Noah's down to 60,000 in chips, so when a guy limps in first to speak, and he's in a little bit of trouble in a pot,
Check or bet.
it's normally good
Check.
a good idea to
Check.
assume that he's got something big.
This is a huge flop for
7,000.
Noah Boeken. He's got the pair and the flush draw, and it's Torstein Iverson with the ace. But what is Grandstad going to do here?
Call 7.
And he smelt a rat there. I mean, you know, Noah has limped, so he could easily have limped with something like an ace-king.
Park,
But,
Iverson has folded the ace 10. He had the top pair. He thinks it's worth nothing. And, kind of amazing, actually.
One of the Norwegians is called with a pair of eights, and the other one's past the ace. Interesting tactics.
We're just on different wavelengths.
It looks like an audition for the Irish team.
Well, Boeken's got a lot of outs. I mean, not only does he have the 7, the 5, or the heart, but there's a lot of scare cards out there that might make the 8s go south.
But that's not one of them. Noah's going to find this a little bit tricky here because he's quite entitled to believe that Henning has got an ace here.
All in.
Well, that's a lovely bet.
That is the kind of bet that makes your decisions much easier. He's put it all on his opponent, taken everything away from Henning but the call. And good bet, Mark.
Yeah.
Why did you call 7?
Noah Boeken has shown the 5 of
I had
hearts.
to.
Wow, big statement from Noah Boeken. Not only did he win the pot, but he showed it to Henning Grandstad, who has just found out that the 8s would have been good.
I think you must report.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
This is the PartyPoker.com Football and Poker Legends Cup. I'm Jesse May, joined by Padraig Parkinson. Well, the amazing thing, Park, I mean, Marcel Lusk has 18,000 now. If he could just pick up the blinds, he would have 26,000.
But I think we'll see Marcel going all in here.
Looks like he's leaving himself something for the flop.
And that's another Jimmy Lang would always save a little bit for the flop.
Pass.
That's amazing. You
Pass.
gotta love that. Just in case he gets hungry or thirsty before the end of the hand. And Torstein Iverson would love to knock the Dutch captain out of this tournament.
Well, you know, Marcel is just trying to pick up the blinds here, and maybe he thinks that by not sticking all his chips in before the flop, that he's actually representing a stronger hand than an all-in move would indicate.
It's great to see some of the nuances in short stack play. And, you know, Lusk is in a strong spot here against the Queen-8 par. If he could see Torstein's hand, he might ask for him to call.
Demand he goes. I think Henning is sort of stuck halfway between them.
All in and a call.
Torstein has re-raised all in, quickly called by Lusk. And Queen-8 dominated by the Queen-Jack. This is a real chance for Marcel to get a second life in this match, Parg. Anything but an 8. 70% chance that the Flying Dutchman is going to fly double up.
Well, Iverson has come up with an infringement on the "Don't Feed the Bears" rule.
He certainly has. He's trying to take one for the team. There's 3
Oh, my
clubs
God.
out there. This will make Marcel sick. A lot of outs now for Torstein Iverson. And Lusk is on the edge of the bed. It's a nightmare.
You get more
Oh,
outs
yeah.
now.
Well, this is really unlucky for Marcel.
At this stage, he needs a 9 or a Jack, Parg, and it can't be a club.
It's not too much to expect the Queen-Jack to stand up against the Queen-8 every now and again.
Thanks for the game.
Well, this is a sensation, Jesse.
Well, there's nothing you can do.
Well, it certainly is.
Marcel
Marcel
Federer,
Lusk.
don't you?